welcome to the Exchange Club on this beautiful day. And we do welcome you, Tyrone and Dan. We're so glad to see you both. Do we have any guests at the first table? Okay.
I brought my daughter, Sharon.
Thanks for being here. All right, any other guests on this table besides Dan and Tyrone?
I have my brother James from Griffin, Georgia.
I have my neighbor and good friend, R.C. Clyde.
Well, I know we have special guests here, and you'll be introduced later. Any other guests at this table? Stan, we're glad to see you. Any guests at this fourth table? Okay, welcome. Okay, Gavin, glad you're here.
Hey, there's Dwayne Hall over here.
Okay. Any others at this table? Okay, at the last table, I have my grandchildren, Bailey and Harper Addison. All right, for birthdays, this past week, Adam Thornton had his birthday on Tuesday. Snuffy Smith's birthday is on Monday, and Wilson Holloway's birthday is next Wednesday. Anniversary of club membership. We had several people who joined April the 1st. Bill Alford joined 38 years ago. Jerry Clark joined 30 years ago. Jeff Hall, 29 years ago. Mike Johnston, 38 years ago. Bob Smith, 12 years ago. All of those were on April the 1st. And on April the 7th, Tom Pollock joined 11 years ago. And that's the total of 158 years. So, those people. All right, for prayer concerns, we do have some new ones this week. We do want to express our sympathy to Tom Marshall on the death of his brother who was killed in a house fire just this week. So keep Tom and his family in your prayers. And we'll remember Billy Addison on the death of his grandmother. Other prayer concerns, Tom Pollock has a viral infection. Janice Simmons, who's Bridget's wife, fell and broke her hip this week. Other ongoing prayer concerns, we have Kelly Smith, who is Jim's wife, Bobby Todd, Mike Johnston, Jack Braun, Hazel Berger, Will Pearson's brother Gene, Jack Roberts' mom, Poodle Prince, Emmett Stewart, Clayton Smith's sister, Ruthie Garner, and D.S. Haltman. Do we have any others that we need to add to the list? The thoughts of the day. The best kind of friend is the kind you can sit on the porch swing with, never say a word, and then walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you've ever had.
Okay, that sounds like the General Security Office to me. Speaking of which, Larry, I think you had an announcement for the Fair Board.
Yeah, I'd like to have about 6 or 8 guys to help me after dinner down at the shop building.
And Fossil, you want to bring us up to date about the pork sale?
215, guys. Thank y'all. I could probably squeeze in 1 or 2 more if you come up with it. Also, if you're picking up, or somebody you sold a ticket to picking up in Leesburg, please have your ticket, because I'll send him a list, but it's just, I don't wanna put him in a situation of somebody going up there and it not be on the list. He lets you have it probably, but I don't wanna put him in that situation. Out here is not a problem, I got it.
So what time are we doing pickup out here?
Members can pick up after the meeting. Everybody else, I'll be parked down by the gate like I've been being from 4 till 7. Oh, in Leesburg, 9 o'clock till, I think I put 9 or 10 till like 6 or something like that.
And let's see, Brian Wingate wanted a moment to speak to us about the golf tournament.
Yeah, just real quick, great news to report. If you want to be able to have a team, like Bill said, we got 2 slots still open, so that they talk to us real quick, because that'll be filling out real quick, so we're looking real good for a full set of teams. Got some good sponsorships this year too, so, and if you're wanting to help during the golf tournament, please give Bill so he can sign you up for some opportunities.
We might be able to squeeze, like Paulson said, one more team.
Okay.
But if you think you might want to play, let me know. Ed, I got you taken care of. But if you let me know, we'll write it down, and we will have a waiting list. I'm sure, I hope we don't have any cancellations. And on the workers, I need, John Phil, I need to see you after the meeting. And then I think we pretty well have all our workers. But you never know, so hang loose.
So we do appreciate all the hard work on the golf tournament.
April 18th. April 18th. 2 weeks from today. We've got this kind of weather.
I don't think I'd be quite as concerned about being squeezed in for the golf tournament as being squeezed in with an extra ham. Just not so sure. What are we going to be cooking as an extra? Let's see. We got a couple of announcements. We got 2 weeks to sign up for our state convention, for district convention. You need to get with Bill Banks about that. Bill also has our information about national convention. National is July 9 through 12 in New Orleans, and our deadline for signing up on that is May the 31st. Correct, Bill?
We really need it before then, because we have to send a check to national, and it has to be there by the 31st.
Okay, let's back that up a little bit. Yeah, we probably need to hear about the mid part of May. 24th would be good.
I just want to remind y'all the yard sale is coming up on May 3rd. Y'all got anything, please get it out here. We can put it in the commercial building at this point. If you don't have a key or whatever, I will have a lockbox put on that door for y'all. But let's get it brought in, let's get it going, because we need a large sale. We also going to have a tool sale that day. Larry's going to be having tools, so if you need shop tools, we're going to have a bunch of those also.
We have a club board meeting on April the 14th for the board meeting for board members, and if any of you would like to attend, see what goes on at our board meetings, it'll be open to you. And at this time, I would like to invite Dan McQueenie to come forward and give us a little report.
Let me just start by saying that it is indeed a great honor and a pleasure to be here at the greatest exchange club, I'm told, in the world. I will say that I know that this club has made such a great impact on the national exchange, and we thank you for that. People like Butch Griffin will sure be missed. We're working diligently at the national level to try to get the songship put in all the timeout headings for Beth Banks, and she's also sorely missed. And what a great family atmosphere this is down here in Georgia. Thank you for having me. I promised when I was elected regional vice president that I would visit as many clubs as possible. That's why I'm here today. I also want to represent you on the national board to the best of my ability. So if you have anything you want me to take back to the board, please give it to me, and I'll be glad to do that. And finally, I want to let you know that if there's anything going on at the national board, that I will bring it to you. I sent a letter to your district bulletin that's out about all the things we're going to vote on at the national election. Please be there and vote on those. So I feel like I'm trying to fulfill my promise by being here today. One thing about Exchange I want to say is everything we do in Exchange is right here on my lapel that counts. You know, all service clubs have youth programs and community service type programs, but nobody has prevention of child abuse and nobody has Americanism like we do. That's what makes us Exchange, and I'm proud of that. I want to continue. I'm going to run for national president-elect. I'm going to continue Don Wright's practice of just one more. I'm going to change it to plus one more, so that we can try to build Exchange as best we can. You guys are doing a great job here. Your membership cap, keep it where you are. Perfect. Love it here. Thanks for having me.
And at this time, let me first ask, were there any other announcements that I missed making? If not, at this time, I would like to invite Ms. Dealey to come forward. Ms. Dealey is here with us today from Liberty House.
See you.
We have a special recognition for Liberty House. Thank you very much for what you do for our community.
Sure. Thank you so very much. It's great to be honored by the best exchange club in the universe. So I appreciate being here today. We certainly work hard with children, and I think sometimes when people think about the battered women's shelter, we're thinking women only, but with every woman, there are a number of children that come along with her. And since January of this year, we've had 23 children in our shelter. We currently have 15 under the age of 8. And 3 mamas that are about to deliver. So this is going to come in extremely handy. And actually what we're doing with this check today, it's going to go towards the purchase of a new van that we are in desperate need of, because we provide transportation so that victims both in outreach and in the shelter have access to other resources that we're not able to provide. So it's really important for those families to get to where they need to get so that they can move forward in their lives. And I've been told that if you speak something and put it out there in the universe, it will happen. So I'm going to leave you today with the thought that we are in desperate need of a new shelter. And we are hopefully the recipients of a building and some land, and we are going to push forward in 2015 to start some construction and get a new facility that is modern and convenient and can house a few more people, because we have been over 100% capacity, if you can imagine that, because what we do is we put blow-up mattresses in the playroom, and we add porta cribs so that we can house more women and their children when they have nowhere else to go. So I'm speaking it out there. Keep that in your hearts and minds, that we're going to need your support, the support of the community, to get this job done. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We certainly appreciate all the work that you do in the community. Bill Banks asked me to please remember to announce to you all, we will be voting on officers next week. The slate was introduced last week. If you have any questions about that, you can get with any of us or get with Skip Nichols, who presented. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to Jerry Clack.
Good afternoon and welcome to our program. Today is our Livestock Scholarship, Butch Griffin Livestock Scholarship Program that we give to our seniors and FFA and 4-H to come and show during our fair here each year. And we announce those winners, and we invite them to the club so we can give them their scholarship. Each one today gets a $500 scholarship. We have 7 winners. From some are both 4-H and FFA members. So they do have a full slate. But our livestock committee consists of myself, Kay Griffin, Wesley Griffin, Jim Sheffield, Matt Masters, Larry Glow, Ty Cribbs, Liston Lacey, and Lo Addison. And we thank them for their hard work during that week and before that week. And I do have a special guest up here I'll introduce later that works with us, during that week. So this is a week that when I set the date, it was either this week or next week, and later I said, well, it could be because some are going to be on spring break. So 3 of our recipients are not here today because of that reason, but we do have 4, and we'll get the others theirs. The first one I would like to do is introduce you, and I introduce you to come up and receive the scholarship. They maybe say a few words and also introduce who you brought with you. So our first one, and these are all seniors, and they've probably been showing here for, I don't know, probably since they were, some preschool, some first, second, third grade, so they've been here a while. That's one of the requirements that they have showed, I think, at least 5 years here at the Exchange Club Fair. So first, we have from Tift County FFA, Matthew Crumley.
I'd like to thank all of you. I'm Matthew Crumley. I'm the Vice President of Tift County FFA, and it means a lot. Thank you. I brought Miss Cook, my advisor, and my mom, Angie Crumley.
Next, we have from Irwin County FFA, Brian Tucker.
I'm Brian Tucker. I'm from Irwin County High School. I got my father with me and my advisor, Ira Tucker. I'd like to say thank you for many great years of showing here and for this scholarship. It means a lot. Thank you.
It is what we say when they fill out the scholarship. It gives, list of all their accomplishments within the FFA and 4-H and also the community things, and then they write a little short essay and it's graded and those type of things. So our numbers in the past few years have been down a little bit, but we hopefully maybe that'll start eating back up. But our numbers have been down, so we've probably got a few participants. But we are very proud of all these that are able to come each year. The next one is from Cochran County FFA and 4-H, Jamie Burke.
I'm Jamie Burke, and I'm from Cochran County High School. I'm the Vice President of our chapter and South Region, and I want to thank y'all for giving me this opportunity.
Next, we have from Cochran County FFA and 4-H, Jim Waldron.
I'm Jim Waldrop, President of the Cochran County FFA chapter, and I would just like to thank all of you for this scholarship and those who have enabled me to succeed in my showing career. Thank you.
There's one thing I forgot to maybe ask them to do, but I'm sure all of them have plans where they're going to be going next year. I know Brian said he was going to ABAC, and Jim, where are you going?
I'm going to Redlands Community College in Oklahoma.
Okay. Livestock Judging Contest. How about you? ABAC? ABAC, okay. I was telling you, Tommy up here a while ago, that my granddaughter's over in her first year, and she loves it over there. Big back. But we get this money from our entries to the, to enter their livestock in our shows. And that's where the money comes from. When we started doing this, it was one thing Mr. Butch wanted to do, and we're continuing that. So we are, we'll also give out the names of those who are not able to be here. Brianne Parrish from Concord County 4-H and FFA, Hannah Bias from Bainbridge FFA, and Jana Fenton from Pelham FFA, and I'll get those to them. But by the time we Waldron up here, he's the South Area Ag Teacher Supervisor for all the teachers that have kids come and show and all. He works for them. He works with us during that week. He works, of course, all year round at the Perry shows and things like that. So I've asked him to come and maybe speak of what's going on within his scope of things, and what's down the road to FFA.
Thank you, Jerry. It's always a pleasure to come to the Exchange Club Fair in Albany, and congratulations to the scholarship recipients that are here today. I've been helping the fair. I think this was my 8th year, this past one, and these people were little bitty kids when I started over here, so they've really grown up in age. But fair time is always a busy week over here. It's always a fun week. You have a livestock committee that's really dedicated to our young people in providing them an opportunity to exhibit their livestock, and some other contests I'll talk about in just a minute. But it's always really busy. We start out on Tuesday taking in some of the hogs. On Wednesday we get the rest of the hogs in and go into the hog show on Wednesday afternoon, early night. Then Thursday is goat day, and the goat project has just really taken off the last few years. Our numbers have really increased. Then Friday is really an exciting day over here, because we start out Friday morning with not only a livestock judging contest, but also the horticulture teacher from my office comes over and she puts on some horticultural events, and the ag mechanics teacher comes on and puts on some ag mechanics events that students can participate in. We have a lot of yellow school buses bringing students in on Friday morning. Then Friday afternoon we'll go into the lamb show, and then Saturday it's cattle day with all the cattle being shown. Like Jerry said earlier, our numbers have been down a little bit the last few years, but our numbers statewide have been down in the fall a little bit. It's just a thing of economics. If you're aware of what feed costs did a couple of years ago, it really got high. With $8 corn, show feeds have not really come down as corn has come down. So the prices are still up pretty high. And many of y'all bought any meat lately, you know what animal products are doing in the supermarket right now. They're extremely high. And we got some things with hog numbers going on. There's a disease that's in the Midwest that's hurting numbers there. But on the agriculture education side, we're really excited right now because we're getting ready for our state convention to be held end of the month, 1st of May. In Macon, we have it at the Centralplex there in Macon, and we expect over 5,000 FFA members from across the state to convene on Macon there. And if any of y'all in the neighborhood, stop by and see what we do with these young people. They can really impress you with their attitude and what they do. Right now in the state of Georgia, we're setting a new record for FFA membership again this year. We're at over 36,000 FFA members in the state of Georgia, and that's about 15 years we've seen a steady increase in numbers. And that's really, we like to see that. We're adding more agriculture education programs in schools around in the South region this year. We're added a new middle school program over at Cairo High. So as we can get funding, we're trying to increase the opportunity in schools for these young people. The Exchange Club has always been a strong supporter of our area banquet. We'll have that like the third full week in May. And Jerry and some of the livestock crew always comes over to our banquet, and you always support the livestock judge at CDE, and we really do appreciate that. We thank you for all you do for our kids. This is a wonderful opportunity for in November for them to come over and exhibit their livestock, and we just really do thank you for being there for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you again, Tommy, and thank you for your hard work throughout the year. But last year, I was honored with one of those honorary FFA degrees at Macon, and went up there, me and my wife went up there to that, and it is something that, been in Macon Coliseum, but it was full of kids. I mean, and they have a program, was it 2 days? 3 days, and they, it's real interesting. I think Brother Howard received one too. I remember seeing him up there last year. But again, I thank our committee, and I thank these young people for their dedication, and we wish you the best in the future for whatever you do, and I know you'll do well. So we thank you again for being here today, our program, and afterward, if your recipients and your families would be over here, we'll meet and take some snapshots. Thank you.
Jerry, thank you. Jerry, thank you to you and for paying attention to me.
Okay. Well, I just got, I'm going to apologize to Steve. Steve Parent is on our committee. Sorry, Steve.
Thank you, Jerry, to you and your committee for what you do for the fair, for the Exchange Club. We appreciate that. To the students, thank you for your dedication. I think the thing that stuck in my mind the most is hearing that most of you have shown for many, many years. That shows a lot of dedication on your part, and it impresses all of us that you've shown a willingness to get involved in something and stay with it and work your way through it. That's going to be something that will serve you well throughout your lives. And it also brings to mind something else that I'd like to, another group that I'd like to recognize, and that is, I want to be sure and recognize all of your parents and your advisors who are here. I didn't ever have the privilege of showing animals, but I had other things I was involved in, and I know there is no way that you could have succeeded without the support that you've had. So, Exchange Club, let's thank these parents. I'm sure it's a proud time for y'all to see these very deserving young people as they mature on and graduate and head home to college. It's an exciting time. Do we have any further business?